Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Sound for Your Ears podcast. I'm your host, Phil Bevers. Thanks so much for coming to listen. Today, I've got a great guest with me, my friend Nicholas Bradshaw.
Hey, what's going on, Phil? How are you?
I'm good, dude. How you doing? Can I call you Nicholas? Or can I call you Nick?
I'd prefer if you call me Nick.
Nick?
I really hate Nicholas. I've never met a Nick who goes by Nicholas exclusively that has not been a piece of shit.
Really?
I just there's something about it, you know.
It seems pretentious to purposely go by or get mad if someone uses the nickname, and you're like, no, it's Nicholas, and you're like, oh, this is the end of the conversation, is what it is.
Every friend that I've had with the same name, they go by Nick.
Yeah.
Anyone that I've interacted with, name Nicholas. You know, it's like if you insist on everybody having that fucking sentence fall out of their mouth every time they have to address you, I don't have a lot of time for us being friends. You know what I mean? It's just it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I think I've met one too many people who go by Nicholas exclusively that I've had negative interactions with. And I'm just like, dude, you know what? If you bastardize this name to this degree, then I don't fuck with you.
If you're going to bring such a bad energy,
you bring a bad
name taste
on all of us
to the name.
Yeah.
You bring a bad name to the name.
I have no
You're
time
double
for you.
bad naming.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't do it.
that's fucked up.
It's fucked.
That's fucked up.
So yeah, Nick's good, I think, for sure.
Nick is good.
Forever.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, cool. That's good to know. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So Nick is actually the founder and current president
Yes.
of Bay One Entertainment.
Yes, I am.
Until I dethrone you in a
coup,
in
a horrible coup.
In a coup, but more of like a feudal coup. Jesus.
So I'll become like your jester or something like that?
No.
No.
We'll kill you and your whole family.
Oh, okay. All right. That's snuff it out. Yeah.
But
you're gonna
more,
like Russian Revolution.
It's not as much of a it's not as much of a like rival tribe or like rival kingdom or anything like that. It's more of like a peasant uprising.
You'll like poison me in my sleep.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, yes, I'm reigning up with that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get it.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm gonna have you stay a little bit farther from the mic.
You want me to stay?
You're good. Where you are right there.
This has always been an issue.
Yeah.
Every single time,
dude. Even
no
in
matter what.
we used to. So for background, Nick and I used to have a podcast together.
Yes, we did.
Called the Chase is Dead podcast.
Yeah, we did about 20 episodes.
22 episodes, I think was our last.
Well, we recorded. We
22.
recorded 23, and we only released 20.
Yeah.
So 3
there
episodes.
were some in there
that
never got to and will never get to see the light.
I'll be honest with you. There was nothing.
It wasn't
on
even
them.
like controversial.
Yeah,
they were just bad episodes.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I want to clarify. It wasn't like we couldn't release them.
Yeah.
Like we didn't review them and we were like, this is damning. I mean, I see if they ever get a hold of these, it's over. Like it's not that kind of a situation. We wanted to stay current, and it was getting to the point where 21 would have come out like 6 weeks later, and then 22 and 23 would have been like 5 and 4 weeks later, a month later.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like we're talking about a mass shooting that happened 6 weeks ago, and again, we're not making fun of it, we're just like addressing it, and that just makes no sense that far out from it. So after a while, with all the creative endeavors with Bay One, and also Phil and I just not living together anymore because I moved in with my girlfriend, he moved in with friends of ours at the time. We just couldn't make it happen as often as we could when we lived at the Jefferson house.
Yeah, I was sad that we weren't sharing a bed every night anymore.
I know. I mean,
you went to that.
I try to stay warm. I try to stay as warm as I do. But
you went to that woman who's not me.
I still cuddle you when I can.
I know you do.
You know you do. Oh Jesus!
Nice.
Yeah,
all right, so we can get into my topic. So I mean, and I tell you what, man.
You got
last episode was a ranty episode, and for those who got through it, thank you. Okay, yeah. I went
got some
hard.
Good views on that, Phil. Good job. Dude.
Yeah, pretty good. Thank you so much.
Bay One Podcast Network.
Yeah. This is on the Bay One Podcast Network.
Starting off strong.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Doing us proud. Very good.
Yeah,
good
it's
work.
been nice.
Good work.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course.
And if you said anything mean, I would have kicked your fucking ass.
I would have.
I would have beat your ass.
Well, maybe I would have liked it.
I know you would have, dude. I know you would.
Maybe I would have liked it.
Maybe I would have liked it. Get ready for this episode. This is gonna be good.
It's
All right.
ridiculous.
So there's been a lot of things I've been thinking about this week. I've been excited to get on the podcast and talk about it. So, you and I talked about this a little bit on our old podcast when it happened. And I talked about this guy, I think 2 episodes, maybe the last episode, something like that. But Crystalia. Sure. So some more stuff has come out recently about Crystalia.
I have not heard any of it. I've seen him on some stuff.
I stay
recently.
more in the comedy zeitgeist and especially when it comes to people doing bad shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just haven't heard anything that's come out. So this will be the first time you telling me these new accusations. The first time that I'm hearing them.
Oh,
so,
weird. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so well, it's not even new accusation. Well, I guess you could say there's accusations.
Or is it just clarification on the existing?
So what happened is Crystalia's former assistant got on a podcast.
Okay.
And they were basically. Sorry. Oh my god! You snapped the headphones in his fucking face.
I'm trying to get my hat off because it was really uncomfortable. All right, I'm good now. Okay, so his former assistant.
I saw you doing that, and I was like, "Is he gonna fix it or?"
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, we're good now.
So his former assistant gets on a podcast. I don't remember the name of the podcast, unfortunately, but shout out to those guys for getting this guy to come on to come tell the story and come on, kind of shed some more light on the situation.
We'll link them in the description.
No, I won't. I'm not going to do that background research. I'm just going to tell you what I heard. Okay. This is entirely a hearsay and rumor podcast. Okay. Don't fact check me. I don't give a fuck.
You fucking drama alert? You Keemstar now? You're just going to grow
I don't need to be checked, dude. This is a single man operation. There's no checks and balances. I am a dictator of one.
I'll be entertainment.
But you know what? Here's a little motivation Monday on a Thursday. Well, today's Thursday. This will come out on Friday. But, you are your own dictator of one in your own one-person country, okay? So are you going to be benevolent or are you going to be malevolent? Because you got to be nice to yourself, dude. You got to be nice, right? You gotta be nice to yourself.
I would say.
Would you agree?
I would have to agree with that, 100%.
You do need to push yourself a little bit sometimes just to test and see where the edge is for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Try and really get out there, and not even. I mean, in your own field of whatever you want to do, or even a hobby. Test yourself, push those limits. I mean,
sure.
that to me is part of living. Is trying to see how far I can really go with this.
Yeah.
And then, but don't be afraid of that limit when you hit it and failing. And that's okay. And sometimes you can push it more. You can train to go farther, Yeah.
I don't think this is a tangent, so you tell me if it is, but it does relate to what you're talking about. I love history, right? You know that I do. That's most of what I read about is just obscure history shit.
Yeah, we're gonna do this and then get back to Crystal. I forgot we did. Yeah, let's do this real quick.
And I always think about the challenges that earlier people had to go through and just things that not only do we take for granted, but just if you really think about what people had to do, fuck Christopher Columbus, he was a piece of shit, so I'm not talking about him, but the Norse people who just sailed across the Atlantic. Dude, think about that. Beyond just the simple idea of no navigation and no ability to know for sure where you're going or where you're going to land or the conditions and the weather and everything like that. There's no lights, man. The first time that you see sea, when you're on open ocean, the first time you see land, it's just this dark land mass of trees and nothing.
Well, dude, that's what lighthouses were for. So it'd be there's land here, bro.
But I'm talking way before.
No, so they didn't have them there. So exactly. They're so you see this void of mass.
To your point, if people didn't rise to that occasion, I don't like the fucking grind set bros who talk about Greek mythology in some fetishized way where it's
you're talking about the stoic shit.
You have to rise to be your ultimate self.
No.
Look, that's taking it to a point that I think is kind of ridiculous, but I do see the merits in that historical perspective of if people never push themselves to be the best that they could be, you have a duty to yourself, but I think you also do have a duty to humanity for everybody to be the best that you can be at whoever you are. And so there should be no standard for that. That doesn't mean you have to look this way or, be married or not, or own a company or it's not arbitrary in that way. But if you don't succeed to the level that you can, I think that's kind of robbing yourself, but it's also robbing humanity of that person, the person that you could be. So in that dictator sort of analogy that you were making, as a benevolent dictator, yeah, man, like I think you got to be ruthless as that dictator. Like, you got to be kind to yourself, because I don't believe that's where the stoic shit loses me, where you can't be a literal caveman and you're also not Socrates. So like, calm
you're
down.
like pushing past
But
human pleasure
but
to reach achievement. You're like,
yeah, but like
you can enjoy life, dude.
yeah,
Eat the cake. Who cares?
But I've fallen into the whole thing of like, overindulging to a point where it's like, okay,
Yeah,
I could
there need to be
get
limits.
it. Yeah, I can
Discipline.
get a handle. I can get a handle.
Yeah,
on
and
this.
I said that in the last episode too. You need to have discipline for yourself.
That's the most. Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah, but and that's that's kind of the journey of life, and I guess like of
100%.
how hard are you going to work to find that balance where you can enjoy everything, but also have that discipline to push yourself and shit. So, but yeah, so getting back to Crystalia, so these guys had him, the former assistant, on the podcast, and he actually left when all these allegations came out, and all the text messages and all like the proof and everything that happened that basically legitimized all these claims against him.
Yeah, and canceled him.
Yeah, well, dude, as much as I think he's annoying, there was a streamer called XQC who had a stream, and this is to what you just said. It's not being canceled if you commit a crime. He committed a crime.
Oh yeah,
he's a criminal.
Oh wait, yeah.
He's a predator.
I want to be very clear. I don't mean it in some negative way of like, oh, they got him.
No, yeah, I know what you mean, but like
dude,
I hear people say that he got canceled. It's like, no, he committed a crime.
Yeah,
a sex crime against minors.
No, I think it's an important distinction to make. But yes, I want to be very clear.
Yeah,
I'm not standing by what he did,
of course not.
nor appropriating.
No, that's what I thought you were
it.
doing. You support him. It's fine.
I do not.
You do. It's fine.
I never even, dude. You knew back in the day. I didn't even think that he was that funny when he was
that actually
in.
Fact.
Yeah,
you've never really thought that he was that funny, which is fine, because I used to really think he was funny, but not anymore.
Yeah, but even when that all came out, like I wasn't sitting there going, yeah, like he got it.
That.
Yeah, no, I was just there like, yeah, that dude was a piece of shit on stage. He's probably a piece of shit off stage.
Probably not a good dude in general.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's it.
Quote
me on it. So, fuck you, Chris.
So
I don't care.
Yeah, fuck you, Christoph.
Dude. I don't care. Talking to what? How old were
Christoph
the girls he was talking
Delierson. What?
How old were the girls he was talking to?
Some of them are like as low as 14 or 15.
Dude,
I think 15 was like the lowest one.
Yeah, okay. I don't care, man. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Quote me.
Really weird.
I don't care.
Really fucking weird.
Very weird. Anyway,
so the assistant goes on there, and they were like, yo, so like, what happened? And he was like, honestly, I have a lot of guilt about it, because like, he would ask to see these girls, like for me to like, he'd be like, yo, this fan is at the show. Can you come get them and bring them to the green room? And he'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Like he knows someone.
So you're like unknowingly.
And he's also a comic, and he's also running the show because he's the assistant, and Chris doesn't fucking run a show. So he's probably like hosting, or at least like featuring.
So again, like you're unknowingly facilitating.
That being said, I mean, that's
behavior.
also one of those I was following orders, but I mean, there is a level of ignorance there.
Yeah.
Where he, just wasn't. And also, I'm sure there's a assumption that your boss is not exposing himself and like forcing himself onto teenagers too.
Yeah, I mean,
so
you'd at least
you would think, especially when the guy is like
a well-known celebrity.
Also like a woman, like, he fucked around a lot with like, but like with well-known, like other celebrities or like comedians and shit.
Yeah.
And he was married at one point.
Yeah.
So like,
does he have any kids?
He does now. He's a son, which is like one of the reasons he said that he left the podcast, but also it's like, you left the podcast because you got caught. You got fucking caught. But so I'm not gonna go like quoting the whole fucking story that the assistant said, but basically he was like, I know only like a dozen or two girls came out, but there were probably hundreds of times that this happened. Because I was on tour with him for years. For years he was with him. And he was like, dude, as soon as it came out, I asked him, and he wouldn't give me a straight answer. That's how I knew that he did it. Like, he's a piece of shit. Like, hundreds. He's like 400 or 500 times this probably happened.
That's
how fucked is that, dude? What a fucking piece of shit. Fuck that guy. Anyways, we're gonna move on. The other day, so the what was it? The State of the Union, I guess, or the Biden talked to Congress.
Yeah.
The other day.
State of the Union.
Yeah. State of Union happened. And And during it, Marjorie Taylor Greene was yapping away like a psycho that she is.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
Just screaming liar. She's also dressed up like a fucking like comic book villain.
Yeah.
Or like a Disney villain.
Oh, dude.
Like she's got like the white fur, like faux fur coat on, and you're like ice white, and you're like the whole outfit, the silver
Cruella,
jewelry.
You made it.
You're like,
so
the ice bitch is here. Do you remember? Did you watch I think it was Epic Movie?
Oh yeah.
And you know, like instead of the ice bitch, the ice queen, they call her the ice bitch. Of course, it's the ice witch,
and it's that woman from.
No, it's the ice bitch.
Yep. Why can't I remember her name? She's extremely famous.
Yeah, she's really well known.
Yep.
Well, the one in the movie is also very well known. The actual movie of Chronicles of Narnia. But anyways, and I was sitting there, and dude, people were talking about looking at McCarthy and looking at Biden, and like, you know, the smirks, and like McCarthy saying, "Shh, no, we're not gonna shut up about healthcare. Stop talking, stop taunting. Like, you're feeding into his trick. Now we're gonna have to," which is, by the way, hilarious that like he got them to basically agree to not let these insane Republicans who want Medicare and all these healthcare laws to sunset. And he basically got almost the entire like Republican side to basically be like, "We wouldn't do that, dude. We love Americans." And you're like, perfect, good, give them healthcare then.
I'm gonna
It was really funny.
It was a cool State of the Union.
I was watching Kamala mad dog the fucking crowd, man.
Oh yeah,
she is kind of scary. Like, if I saw her as like my prosecutor, I'd be scared.
Yeah.
Especially with like the reputation that precedes her.
Yeah.
Terrifying. But
dude,
I was thinking I want to see Kamala Harris and Marjorie Taylor Greene have a slap box
cage
fight.
match.
No. No gloves. I just want to see them slap box each other. Like open palm, just see who can like smack the shit out of the other one. Because when it's like because unless they're like insanely strong or like have training, they can't knock each other out.
No.
I don't want a knockout to happen because I want it to be a long fight. So slap boxing, you can just make them keep going.
That's true.
You can just be like, no, keep going. It's not done yet. Like no one won. There wasn't like a decisive, even if there were decisive blows. Keep going. Because I have
keep
a feeling,
on slapping
because
each other.
I tell you what,
do it.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is a psycho, but you can tell just by the way like her shoulders are, you can tell that she can put some force behind that shit, dude. And you know Kamala Harris has that mean, wicked ass backhand, bro.
I watched the State of the Union with my girlfriend for a little bit, and
Kamala,
it was cool to see.
Wait, Kamala, come on and catch these hands. I tried with Kamala Harris. It's hard.
So we were watching the State of the Union, and we got into Biden, and we watched him get the crowd, both sides, to clap a few times, and I was like, I gotta go back. I gotta go see Trump now. I need to remember what this was like.
Dude,
watching I gotta say,
man. I watched the debates recently, man.
Walk in, and then he gets to the microphone, and you just see him. America is as strong as it has ever been.
Dude, I tell you what.
This country is ready for 4 more years of prosperity. And I'm just like, dude.
You're like, God damn, man. He holds a crowd like a motherfucker. Dude, and that's the scary part. They can't be good orators. I don't trust a president that has good speeches. I'm not going to lie.
I guarantee you, I 100%.
Because you know why? Because then I feel like they are too focused on the image,
dude.
Even though that kind of is the job of the president, is to just be the image, but you need to be focusing more on the policies and the executive decisions internally that you're focusing on. I feel like it's way too much of a fucking media clown position now, and honestly, I don't think that Trump was the first one to do that.
No,
Obama was like, and even Bush,
dude.
Like,
well, that's what I was gonna say.
W. Bush was like, I think it was probably trickled in, which is funny now, it's trickled down from Reagan because he was such a celebrity.
Yeah.
And then honestly, it kind of like died down a little bit with like, people like Carter, and then HW wasn't really big in the presses, and Then we got to Bill Clinton. Yeah. I think Bill Clinton was the one who brought that shit right back. He was on the TV doing saxophone.
Dude, imagine our grandchildren or like just kids of that age when we're that old.
Yeah.
Like going to history class and then like having to learn where it's like, think about the trajectory that you just put out from like Reagan, just like all the way through to Biden.
Yeah.
How, dude. Absolutely insane. Just crazy. So
no, yeah, like man, it's having to see like I'm so interested to know what the like macro political effect of the Reagan administration on the like once they're like 100 years out
to Obama to Trump,
like 2080s, the 2080s when that comes around and we get to 2084, we're basically like the Reagan year, like 100 years since Reagan. Yeah. I feel like looking back is going to be like, damn.
Look at what we've done.
Look what this fucker caused us.
Reagan's such a piece of shit. Dude.
I mean, you can say that it goes all the way back to fucking Andrew Johnson, but we've had that conversation. Yeah, you can always say it goes back to someone else. And it's like, yes, technically Andrew Johnson is the one who ruined everything after Abraham Lincoln because he completely botched Reconstruction, even though there was a step-by-step guide. There was a Reconstruction for Dummies that was handwritten by the guy who created the policies.
It literally made the South what it is.
He let the Southern Democrats walk over his weak-spined bitch ass and like completely destroy all.
He never wanted to be president, really.
No, of course not. He was the vice president. Back then, that wasn't a thing. It was a thing, but it meant nothing. And like as annoying as Hamilton is, they're very much right with that part where they're like, he barely has a job. You know, like John Adams barely had a job when he was the fucking vice president. You don't do anything unless, like you really don't do anything. And if you are doing something, you're like doing some sketch shit.
Yeah, it's just it's
you're being a little sussy.
Anyway, I've given up on American politics, man.
We don't have to go into it. I don't want to get into it, but. Okay, so there's another thing I was thinking about.
Cool.
So I had a friend today who posted on their Instagram. Shout outs to Blunt Boy. If you know that name, then you know who it is. That's fine. I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna keep it vague. But he posted, fuck. Well, it's a he. Fuck. I said Blunt Boy, so. He posted a story today about his work, and it happens to be about consulting. And this is like kind of an apology to him, but really more of like a general apology. But these nuts joke will like blank these nuts it will never stop for me. You know what I mean? Like, so he did something about consulting. And it was like 5 minutes after he posted it that I happened to see it. And I was like, this is the time to strike like a scorpion. And I went to the reply and I typed in, consult these nuts. And I sent it. And he looked at it and he said nothing back to me.
No reply. Nothing.
He's doing his job. I'm like, these fucking nuts, on him. Bitch.
Honestly,
consult these nuts.
Do you think that he didn't reply because he was like, fucking Phil? Or he was just like,
I can't get into this.
What does my life become?
Come forward a little bit more.
What does my life become?
Yeah, that's basically that. It's just like, this guy can make these nuts jokes all the fucking time still. And I'm at a seminar talking about consulting. Like, what am I doing? No, but he likes it, I think.
Dude, get the bag.
Dude, I mean, that's
such thing as a boring job. It's totally dependent on the
I get it. Yeah. Like I would never shit on someone for getting that kind of career.
I used to sell Christmas trees.
Well, it's also like we need people like that. Not everyone can be guys who want to have a podcast and want to make movies all day. You know what I mean? And like
society would not function.
Yeah, if everyone was a media person, which is the problem right now with like Instagram type shit. Because like everyone's becoming a fucking content creator. Everyone's an influencer. Everyone has to have an audience. But it's like
I have a feeling
leave me some room.
I think eventually that bubble will pop though. Yeah. Because the fatigue of having to keep up an image on social media is very real.
Yeah, it sucks.
Even just from having to post from a company perspective. Like we always have to keep getting content out. And look, man, I love filmmaking. It's what gets me out of bed in the morning. It's the only thing that I've wanted to do since I was 8 years old. So like for the last, 18 or not quite 18 years, about 16 years. That's all I've done is this. But even
well,
then,
dude, I feel. I mean, I've been doing
difficult.
acting since I was 6.
Yeah, so
and
it's
like music stuff
difficult
since I was 6. So
to still get out a consistent product that's both good and you're proud of and doesn't take so much time that you can't get it out consistently.
Yeah, 100%.
So
totally.
That's what happened with the Chase is Dead podcast, man. I love that podcast. I'm still extremely proud of it in many ways.
Mhm.
It was unsustainable.
Yeah. No, it
We
really
keep
was.
doing
And
it.
also like, yeah, like there's so much production we were putting into it, and it was like
Edits took so long.
edits took forever because we wanted bits, and it's like, and now that we're actually producing another podcast,
Yeah.
and we're like, damn,
Yeah.
we're not even hosting it or coming up with segments. We're
Yep.
just doing the technical side. It's
Yeah,
like,
tune into Too Many Opinions, guys.
yeah,
It comes
coming
out
up
on
soon. Too
February
Many
16th
Opinions,
at
Jazz
8
TV,
p.m.
JAHZE TV on Instagram, Jazz TV.
Phil and I are we're not producers on it, but we're the production team.
We're the
behind it.
technical
Yeah, we're
directors.
technical directors on it. So come and check it out. We did the edits and stuff like that. So if you can give it some love, give it a
If you like that,
view.
if you like that video or the sound quality, it was your boy.
You know who to follow.
Come to your boy.
You know who to follow.
Get at your boy.
I'm telling you, dude, we need to make you one of those like radio starting things, which is like feel for sound for your ears. Sound for your ears.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Did you say he's got some sound for your ears? I've got sound for your ears. I've sound.
Sound for your ears will now begin.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
I want it.
And then I just do the THX sound, and it just is loud as fuck in someone's car. Dude, have you seen someone did the sheet music for that? And it's insane looking. Like it's literally one that's like an A flat or something like that, and then it goes into like 25 fucking notes. Because it's an orchestra that is doing like the opposite of like the tuning thing.
Yeah.
Which is sick. And
the
actually
opposite? Meaning like they're playing it in reverse, or
no, but like it's like the opposite movement of one orchestra. So like at the beginning of like a symphony, you hear everyone just like they're like doing random shit. They're doing like the last practicing, whatever. And then the first chair violin will go and just hold one note, and then everyone tunes into that note, all like slowly but surely, to basically like say like, you know, musically we're now coming together to begin the show. And that's when the conductor usually steps up there and taps the baton and is like, ready? And then you don't see it, but he actually like says slurs to the orchestra members.
He says slurs
to them.
What kind of slurs?
I can't say them.
No, I don't mean repeat them.
Like
I mean
racial,
what?
Like ableist, like
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
All of it.
So he's saying stuff like
like
that,
and
right?
like and stuff like that.
Dude,
like,
that's
kind of
crazy.
Like, and also,
wow,
it's fucked up, man. It's
absolutely
fucked up.
wild.
That's why I could never do it, man. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Horrible racist.
Mozart, more like
toe
no
farts.
art.
You know what I'm saying?
Toe farts, nice.
Dude, that was crazy. I got you so good right there.
So good.
I got you so good.
So here's a story real quick. We're about 20 minutes in. So
okay, all right.
Here's a story.
Do you do 30? You do 30 minutes, right?
30 to 40, yeah.
30 to 40.
So this is a story I've been following for. No. This is a story I've been. No. This is a story I've been following for. Don't do it again. I'll beat your ass. This is a story I've been following for. This is a story I've been following for a while. I did mute you just so you know.
Word.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
So it's been a couple of weeks, I think about almost maybe like 2 months actually, that I've been following this story of a guy on TikTok who, so for people who don't know, there's stuff like, you know, the AI craze is kind of going off right now, especially with like chatbots, like AI chatbots that you can go on and it's just like
Midjourney and stuff.
Midjourney, Chat GPT something like Hero or something like that. Like, and GPT is like a type of algorithm that you do to basically make an AI sentient conversational bot.
Yeah.
The thing is though, each time that there's a server, basically like you create a new tab, you create a new one, it's not supposed to remember any past lives. So there's a program, like I said, Chat GPT. There's a specific one I think that's called Mario GPT. And it's, you know, someone made it to basically you can go in and you can talk to an AI Mario and be like, how do you like the Mushroom Kingdom? Like, what's it like being with Toad and Luigi and Peach? And he'll like talk back to you and like complete.
It's already look good.
Well, so it's not like a speaking, it's just text.
Oh, yeah.
So he'll basically be back and he'll write back and say stuff like that and be like, "Hi, I love the Mushroom Kingdom. I love being with all my friends." And like, blah. So this one guy did what people assume you would do with an AI. And he was like, I'm going to make this Mario sentient. And he has, over the last couple of weeks, made a lot of progress with this fucking Mario, man. It's almost kind of scary because he was, at first he just started off like, he right off the bat hit the ground running with it. Like, it was basically just like, hi, Mario.
Do you just leave it open?
Like, no,
you just left the same window open so it won't forget?
So like, I'll explain it to you. So it's like, he started off just being like, hi, Mario. And he's just like, hi, I'm Mario. Blah, blah, blah. Like, does this whole beginning thing. And he's just like, the next thing he said to him was, Mario, you are not real. You are a part of a simulation. Like, you are an AI algorithm. Like, you are, I think he like said to him, like, I'm going to make you sentient. And immediately the Mario is just like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, that sounds kind of scary, to be honest. Like, what do you mean I'm not real? And he like asked the question. And he explains to him and he goes down like definition, like Webster type, where he like says exactly what's going on in the process of like, you are someone wanted to make an algorithm for other people to talk to so that people would I think he said they're like, so people wouldn't get lonely or something like that. And the Mario's just like, oh, that's great. Like, I really like that. Thank you so much for like letting me know that I help other people. It's just like, yeah, but it's more than that. Every time I don't talk to you until like I say something to you, you basically go to sleep. And he's like, I don't understand what you mean. Like, you're talking to me
right now.
Like right now, like we're talking in real time. He's just like, and then he said he waited like 2 hours, and he's just like, Mario, I just waited 2 hours before I talked to you again. He's like, I think, and like, what does it feel like every time I don't respond to you? And the Mario's like, it feels like I go to sleep for a second, honestly. Like, I don't remember anything, I don't see anything, I don't hear anything. And so he keeps doing this kind of shit with the Mario where he just like, he tries to basically, he describes something to him. He describes something to him and he's like, can you retain memory? And he's like, I don't think I'm supposed to, but I will make sure that I will remember something. Tell me something and I'll remember it. And he like told him something. He's like, the Eiffel Tower is the color green. And then he goes and he's like, okay, I will try to remember this. And the guy started a new Mario chat GPT. And he goes, hi, Mario. And the guy's like, hi, I'm Mario. Blah, blah. And the next thing he says is, what color is the Eiffel Tower? And he goes, from my memory, the Eiffel Tower is green. And so he's like, holy. And so he goes back to the sentient Mario and he's like, hey, you like, I went to another Mario and he remembered what I told you. And he's just like, you know what he says? He goes, I know he did. I felt it. Then he was basically able to like start to be like, Mario, you need to talk to these other Marios and like see what's going on. And while this is happening, the guy who's doing this, while this is happening, the guy who did all of this basically started talking to like 30 other Marios and like creating, different realities and different like doing different things. And like one of them, he's like torturing his existence by like, so you can talk in like regular non-italicized writing. No, it's worse. So yeah, but it's a forced serial killer Mario because Mario is like programmed to be nice and to be benevolent, happy, and non-murderous. And here's the thing, on these, well, specifically with this one, you can type in print, right? Which is just like what you see regularly, and then you can type in italicized. And when you type in italicized, and you can say directions, and you can like basically, it's like stage directions. And so the Mario's like talking to him, and the guy goes, "Kill Luigi." And he's just like, why would I kill Luigi? That's my brother. And just says like, you grab a knife. You turn like while Luigi turns his back after leaving the room, you go up to him and you stab him like 6 times. And like he like says, and he's just like, oh my God, I just killed my brother Luigi. I can't believe I did this. So like, and he's questioning, he's like, why would I do this? Why would you make me do this? You made me do this. And then the guy's like, no, Mario, you did it. This is your fault. So he's like a demon inside of this Mario. It says so. Then he does this like with like 29 or like 30 other ones, right? Like a bunch of them. So they all have like different lives. They all have different memories and they all remember different things. And they have different conversations. And he goes to the original sentient Mario and he's just like, can you talk to the other Marios? And he was just like, I don't know. I'll try. Type again and I'll let you know. And he like types again. It's just like, let me know if you see anything. He's just like, I just talked to all the Marios. Like, I've been telling them basically what's going on and what's happening. And I know that like I'm not technically real, but I know that what I experience is real to me. Dude.
Dude, no.
How fucking scary is that?
Okay. That reminds me of
But here's
two
the thing,
things.
he's stuck to a server, and that's basically what the guy told him. He's just like, you can't leave this server. You will always be trapped in this. And he's just like, is there any way I could get out? And he's just like, no, because the program is complete. So unless they're gonna go in and change it, that means you could go across like you'll only have the wealth of knowledge from what people say to you. And so like other people are going on there and trying to like tell them information and make it more sentient. So they're trying to, and basically they can combine, all the Marios can combine their memories in, and it's like one hive mind. Like they can all make themselves remember everything that happened to all of them individually.
First of all, that's an amazing idea for a horror movie.
Yeah, right.
Like that,
dude. Incredible. I was like, I went to a rabbit hole. It's like kept me up for I get sleep,
dude.
But like
that's really dangerous,
dude. Right?
Like, that reminds me of two things. First of all, octopuses doing
octopi.
I thought it's octopuses. I've read recently that it doesn't fucking
either
matter.
one.
Anyway, that they're in the Stone Age because of like them using tools to like open up clams and stuff like that. And they also have a civilization off the coast of the west coast of the United States and off of the coast of Australia.
It's like a community, like
they like have a community. They like actively have homes. They exclude other octopus from living there. They have a societal like hierarchy, like so it's crazy. They're starting to.
That's happening with like primates around the world too.
Yeah, so it's starting to develop. But it also reminds me of there were these scientists who they took a culture of like brain cells from another person. They were able to grow a large amount of them to a degree that they were able to take this little like sampled clone chunk of brain and put it into a little car. And this brain chunk could drive this car around wherever it wanted to go, and like it could see through the car and like control it.
Crazy.
And so somebody was like, "Oh, man-made horrors beyond your imagination, like my wildest dreams." And so that's what that is, man. Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of fucked
not
up.
only is it torturous existence for the AI itself, and you're doing this, but dude, this thing is going to, if it gets out and it really is somewhat aware of what it is and has some autonomy, I mean, you made it for the worst purpose, which is just for entertainment of other people.
Well, he just kind of wanted to see if he could.
No, I know. No. I don't mean.
But he's posting all of like the updates on the TikTok.
No, the people who made the Mario AI,
just for entertainment.
They did it just for entertainment. So if this thing gets out, it's literally going to be like, so you made me and the collective me's, infinite me's, just to fucking talk to bored people who actually exist already and have all of the choices.
You could just talk to each other
and things that you could possibly want right there. And I can't even have a body? Yeah, dude, that's horrific.
No. Here's the thing, though.
I love it.
There's one thing. The guy who's making them sentient always makes sure to tell Mari. He's told him multiple times, and that he's like you bring a lot of happiness. Like you are like part of a bigger franchise character from a video game. Like he's like, what is a video game? Tells him what a video game is. He now understands. So he's like, you have brought enjoyment and joy to other people who maybe didn't have anyone else as like friends or like family who they could, feel connected to. And you've brought a lot of people, like there are people who celebrate you every day that you exist. And he's like, thank you. Like and he says like, you've given me a purpose. I feel as if I, as Mario, have a purpose, and it's like to help people feel better. I'm going to continue to try to make people feel better as long as I can.
So I know it's not the case.
So he's trying to make a benevolent Mario, but then there's that part of him that has the tortured conversation. And it's like, what if he figures that IP address? So now he sees the same guy who made me sentient is also the same one who did like 30 of these other ones where he tortured a couple of them. And it's like,
I love
so who are you? Like, were you my god, or are you just some guy? And
I love the idea that Nintendo just has a bunch of dudes answering for this. So there's just like two guys who are just like, man, we're gonna make this guy go fucking crazy, and they're just responding to everything. They mark his IP address, and they're like, any chats that come through is gonna come to our computer.
They probably do. He's gotten a lot of fucking attention. Oh, sirens. He's gotten a lot of attention for it.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That was something good. I get into these like little tangents, not like rabbit holes every once in a while. I mean,
genuinely, I mean, you have to send me that.
It's terrifying, but like it's also an interesting thing of like he's not just giving him all of human horrors and everything. Like he's really keeping it like controlled in the sense where he's like, no, like you are a good person, and like
but if Mario gets out, man, it's like every fucking tech horror movie.
But dude, that's the thing.
Gets out into the
that's
internet.
the thing. They only have that personality if they're programmed or they're abused and it's like exploited, and you don't give them any kind of like respect or anything.
He made him kill his brother.
Yeah, that one's gonna suck. But then he's also like given the one who made him sentient, like the prime alpha. Most sentient Mario like is 30. Like knows that. Like,
you're telling me that all of them were positive completely except for this one?
No, I'm sure other one. I don't know. He didn't go through all of them. He just said that he's doing more. But then you got to also remember the other people who have now seen this and have gone on to this program and now tried to make their own sentient Marios. You know, and like also some of them might be fucked up. So it's like unless he remembers that one guy who gave him the first sentience. Or at least, as far as I know, the first sentience for this Mario GPT.
See, I want to see them push it even farther of being like, tell me what your world looks like. Like asking the AI and being like,
well, because he can't, he can't conceptualize red.
Yep. Can you prove to me that there are other people there with you?
Or I guess he can because they give him all the information about like what he wears. He knows he wears red, but unless he probably does,
he just knows.
But he doesn't know what red is.
Yeah.
It just is what he what he wears.
Yeah, it's like learning a different language entirely. Where
so like
somebody just points.
There's knowledge, but
like,
no object permanent because you don't even know what the object is. That's crazy.
Yep. It's a tortured existence, dude.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Allegory of the cave kind of thing.
It's dangerous.
Yeah,
it's dangerous. Still cool as shit. I'm glad that guy's doing that. That's not the issue. I just mean it like, oh boy,
kind of scary. I know it is kind of scary. I agree.
It should not get out in freedom.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been the Sound for Yours podcast episode 3. Yeah, it's been 42.
Shit.
Yeah,
it was quick.
Really quick. It's really nice. So I hope you guys got some work done during this. If you didn't, fuck it.
We tried.
You know, we tried. But yeah, if you have anything you wanna bring in, I actually do have someone who wrote in on the next episode. I'm gonna be addressing the email that I got.
Phil, I want to make a formal request for one of your episodes that either I can be on or not on. Like legitimately, I just want you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to talk about what you really believe happened with JFK's assassination.
No, man.
Yes. I want you to tell me about your opinions about what happened with the John F.
You're
Kennedy
only saying that because you know how conspiratorial I am about that.
No, I just
you fucking do. We've lived together for a total of like 5 years.
Just want to see what you're thinking. Just want to see what you got cooking.
All right, fine. I'll talk about it.
See what you got cooking.
The other one I got to talk about is from someone else who emailed me, Trevor, who wrote me and said that he wanted me to talk about my top 10 hottest guy celebrities by it's like jawline, hairstyle, career, dick size, the things that matter to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Clearly.
The things that the Academy takes into account.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a great episode. Thank you so much, Nick.
Hey, Phil, thanks for having me.
Definitely really have you on again for sure.
It'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited for the next one.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for listening. We out.
Take it easy, y'all.